Here we are in section 4.3 exercises part C, and this reviews for the exam. So this will review all of chapter 4. Number 1, chart the following table of growth of a savings account. Doesn't say to do it in Excel, so you could do it by hand without any problem. Let's chart that. We know we're going to have years 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the growth 35 up to 240, so we're really going to have like 100, 200, 300 high. So maybe we can put little marks for about 50s. That'll help us to graph it a little bit. So let's put 300 up here at the top so people know how high each of these big marks is. And that's 1, 2, 3. Okay. So in year 0, we have 35. So let's put that on there. 35 just below 50 somewhere. Yeah. That's at 0, and year 1 is 3 is at 102, so right almost exactly on 100. 4 is at 130, so right about there. 5 is at 161, so just above the 150 mark. Kind of right over here. That looks good. Number 5, what we did, 5 was 161, 6 is 174, so we're getting closer and closer to that 200. 7, we're up at that 200 guy. And 8, we're at 240. Looks like a big jump on that last year. So it looks like it graphs about like this. There we go. Let's check that answer. They did it in a fancy one, a little bit higher. Oh, that looks pretty nice. Good. Number 2, in what year did the company make $450? Let's look. 450. So we're looking right through here. Looks like that one. Anything else? Nope, those are too low, too high. So in 2003, looks like that's when they did it. Let's check our answer. Yep, 2003. Okay, the next one. How much did the company make in 2006? Let me see. This guy right here, if we look at the center of that dot, it looks like he's just below half, maybe $345, maybe $340. I don't know, somewhere right around there. Let's check and see what the book says. Somewhere around $340. Good. In what years did the company make over 500? Over 500. So here's $500. And let's look. Maybe that guy. Not quite sure. You can't tell exactly where the center of the dot is. He's pretty close. That guy looks to be just over. And this guy definitely is over a little bit. So 3 years, maybe 2004. I'm going to put a little question mark by him. That it's really close. Could be 499, could be 501. I don't know. 2009, definitely above. And 2010. Okay, let's check the answers there. Yeah, 2004, it's just not quite specific enough to be able to tell off of that chart. And then the other two. Great. The last one, graph the growth of a savings account in Excel. So here we need a spreadsheet. We got to use the savings formula, which is the FV formula, future value, over the course of 20 years of a savings account that starts out at $200 and adds $50 per month and gets 7% interest. Let's pull up our Excel spreadsheet. So let's title this Savings Growth. So let's put our time right over here. Interest rate, our N, which is the number of times compounded per month, and it is 50 per month. Our principal and how much our payment is. So now let's put that in. We're going to have years 1, 2, 3 down here. The interest rate is 7%. Okay, so that's going to remain constant. We'll copy and paste that, copy, and then Control V, Control V. We're going to have 12 that will repeat for all the way down because that's going to be the same each time. Our principal, remember, is a negative because it's going away from us, negative $200, and that will never change. Good. And our payment was negative $50 per month. And that one, I'm just going to copy and paste for the first 3 years, and then we'll pull it all down together. Then what do we need? So for our actual account, we're going to have, it says we've $200 adds $50 per month and gets 7% interest. So our rate is different. Remember, that is the rate per month. So that is going to equal formula 7% divided by this number of times per month. So this is the amount of interest we get every month, and that's what has to go into the Excel formula. So that's good. And then the number of periods. So the number of periods, we're going to do a formula to make sure it stays consistent every time we change year, is going to be the number of years, which is right over here, times 12, or the number of compoundings. Now we could have put a 12 in there since that won't change. But so the number of periods is 12, and then the final value, the final amount. The formula we use for this is the FV, parentheses, and you'll see we need that rate, good, comma. We need the in periods, number of periods, comma, and then the payment amount, which is right there, good, comma, the principal value, which was right there, and that's what we started with. And we don't need to put the type in, those are in brackets, says it's not necessary. Let's close the parentheses and hit enter. So it says by the end of the first year we'll have $834.09. Well, let's pull these guys down so we're at least down to 3, and let's make sure everything works. Yes, for 2 years it's 24 months, 3 years is 36 months, same interest rate. Let's pull this guy down, and we need to widen that up just a little bit. Excellent. So now let's pull all of this down for 20 years. Let's extend this just a little bit so we can get that far. There we go. We're going all the way down to 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, there we go. And that's 20 years right there. And that's how much money we'll have in the bank at the end, starting at $200 and $50 per month. You'll see it just grows and grows and grows. Okay, now that was good. We made the table, but we really needed to graph the growth. So let's highlight all of these and insert a graph. There's a graph right there, or something like that. Yeah, that'll be good. And there's the chart. So there we have it, and you see it grow. 7% interest. That's pretty high for right now. Might be lower depending on your situation. And there's the graph. Good.